KSWAM, San Antonio College Radio. This is the Urban Suite D Major. Cheryl Metal, Basik in studio with us.
What it is.
What it do? So describe in your own personal words your progression from one period to another, especially going through COVID.
Man, I don't know. I guess before COVID, like, it was just like, I don't know, like, we had a lot of opportunity, I guess. Like, you could just see how desperate it was after COVID. You know what I'm saying? Like businesses were, like, closed, and there was just new faces everywhere. Like, a lot of people didn't make it after COVID, you know? So you had to, like, really want it. Like, really, like, it was just different. Like, I went from, like, doing everything I wanted show-wise to, like, all right, you got to start over. You got to try again. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. For me, I just didn't want to settle for, like, I've already been here. Why am I going to, you know? So, I just been working on the craft and, like, just relentless with it. And, you know, just blessed to have, like, ran along the people that I have on the way, because shoot, there's like opportunity everywhere now. Like, yeah, we've been going in.
Yeah. Speaking of, how did you run into the fine group of people that are surrounding you now? How did that all come about?
I mean, we always would run into each other, honestly, especially like Apollo. It would like, it's just like, Mans was like doing his own thing on his own side of the scene, and I would always see it, you know, and I'll be doing my own thing on the other side, and it just we would always cross like paths, and like they already had their own thing going as far as Supreme and everything, you know, so it was just perfect fit. Like, we all have crazy aspects, like crazy abilities that we throw into the equation, you know. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's wherever we go, like, there's really no denying it. Like, people are just like, well, how do I plug y'all in? Or what, you know, like, what do I need to do for y'all? And it's like, man, it's crazy, because doing it solo is definitely, like, it's a lot tougher. You know what I'm saying? And you got to, like, meet everyone brand new every single time, especially after COVID. Like, there was so many connections that they come back after COVID and, like, they're gone. You know what I'm saying? Or they're in jail, or they're this or that. I'm like, damn. I didn't know it was that tough until like present time, you know? So yeah, I just feel like it was a big lesson for, not just for me, but like for everybody, to not take anything for granted, you know? And like, we're in that mode now. And like I said, it's us versus us, so.
Yeah. How was your first experience working with them in the studio?
Oh man, honestly, we don't even really talk about it. It's just like,
that's kind of organic?
It's just organic. It's been just magic every time, you know? Like, now we're getting around to, like, talking about it, like, oh, I want this ambiance, or I want this or that, but, like, everything you heard is mostly, like, unplanned, and, like, it's, like, so unorganized that it's beautiful. Like, it falls into place on its own. It's dope. It's really dope. I've never been in a situation like that. I've been in a situation where, like, someone will build a beat for me or build a sound for me, but like, to where I don't gotta say anything, you know, and you're already creating what I'm thinking. That's just wild.
Well, that's
it's wild. Like,
it's kind of like divine intervention.
That's why I feel like, you know, I'm just, because I'm very stubborn too. Like, I don't work with people. I don't do none of that. Like, I like being by myself. So when it comes to a situation where I'm like, oh, this works, like, it's rare. So I'm running with it, you know, and we're doing pretty damn good, as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your lifestyle, headspace, the way you approach things, how does that affect the music that you put out?
I think it's like completely like it's like looking in the mirror, you know, like, because I don't know, that was probably my biggest obstacle, was like trying to get all this data and like put it into sonic form, you know, like how do I get this from here to there without mistranslating? And my thing is like I was always really good at freestyling, so it was like, how do I get the rights to be like the freestyles, you know? And it just like, man, I don't know. I think just like once you get to a point of where you're really living what you're talking about, like you don't really gotta overthink it. It just happens. Like I don't ever stress about what we're making or what we're doing. We just, hey, throw something on and I got you. I know what to talk about. Like, I don't know. I didn't know that was like a special thing either. You know, I kind of, before COVID, I took that for granted too. It was like, oh, we making music, we could do it 1,000 times. And now it's like, nah, this is precious. You gotta soak in every moment, you know?
Man.
I miss the times before COVID when Mickey and I could go out to the clubs and see all of you hit the stage, the whole
I miss everybody
Sai
too.
and Nusa and everybody.
I miss everybody too. You want to know what I miss the most? Walmart open pass. Like, yeah, like that was nuts. I can't go nowhere now. It's like, oh, yeah, we gotta go home.
We still got Whataburger though.
Nah, but yeah, no. Shout out to everybody that like Sai's still around. Nisa's pulling a lot of strings for us in California.
Shouts out to her. I miss that lady.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're like-minded, if you're on that, like,
you all were special.
Yeah.
You all.
I feel like it too.
Y'all were on the same plane, the same wavelength. You all vibed together. Y'all had so much music together. And when you hit the stage, it was so beautiful. And I'm so glad that I have a lot of footage from that.
I met, what's crazy is it just came full circle literally right now in my head. I met her at the last show I did before COVID.
Wow.
I opened for Dave East at the time.
Word.
And that's a connection that fell through after COVID. So like that momentum didn't stay the same, you know, but she caught it and she saw it and she was like, yo, y'all are special. Like we need to connect, you know, and we did. And I'm glad she reached out and all of that because she was on her own grind too. And here we are, you know, again, like everything's just been full circle, honestly, from
things have a way of just
yeah.
Back around. Should we go ahead and get to some more music?
Yeah, what we got?
Well, before we get into everything, coming up in this block of music, we have the latest from Little Yoda, plus music from John Black out of Houston. But I want to ask what went into the production and writing of God featuring Apollo Black.
Yeah, Mr. Apollo Black, man, that was another moment too. Like, I don't know what was going through his head, you know, but that was Jake Anwan, shout out to him, that made the beat. He's one of those producers, you know, like he starts snapping and we just kind of follow suit, like, oh, I know what to do. And man, shout out to Apollo, because I was feeling the way about the hook, and then Apollo killed that, and I was like, okay, we got one, you know. And the reception's been nice so far, and it's definitely fun to perform.
Oh, y'all already hit the stage with it?
Yeah, we've at least like once or twice, but like, you know, it's definitely a gift that hasn't fully been opened yet.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and get into it.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all, music from Basik featuring Apollo Black. This is God. Do not go anywhere. This is the Urban Suite KSYM, San Antonio College Radio.